Dude, doesn't that rip?
You're an idiot.
No, you're an idiot.
Welcome back, Pizzles, Dizzles, and Fine Dime Brizzles. It's the You're an Idiot podcast. I'm Alex Draggers with my fat co-host, Jeffrey Osmus.
During Black History Month.
Wow. We had to go out with a bang, folks.
Yeah, he had to, I don't know if that was the appropriate way to appropriate their culture.
I didn't say the N-word.
It also would have been better if you had. I don't
Yeah.
know. You trying to, did you make that up or was that was a Snoop Dogg lyric, wasn't it?
Drop it like it's hot.
Was that from Drop It Like It's Hot? Oh, yeah.
You remember.
I do. I love that
you were
song
going off
in like
to that
7th
song.
or 8th grade. I love that.
Drop it
I was
like
a big
it's hot.
Yin Yang Twins guy in 8th, 9th, 10th grade. Loved What's Happening by the Yin Yang Twins.
Jeff fresh off peeing his bed.
I know Trick Daddy's whole verse to that song, and I used to say it all, folks.
I used to think the Black Eyed Peas were the GOAT.
Where's the Love is an amazing song, but besides that, they might be the worst musical band of all time.
Yes.
They're so bad. Drago,
Talk
haven't
to me,
seen you in
Goose.
2 weeks.
I know, man. You
You've been
missed
all
me.
over
I could
the
tell.
country,
I could
sucking
feel
and
it.
fucking.
I'm trying.
Sure.
Trying to suck and fuck to actually, we got a couple. You get a couple dicey DMs every now and then.
Sure. Yeah.
but yeah,
Women are
man.
easily persuaded.
Where have you been now? What's going on?
You don't see me on Instagram. You don't see where I'm at. You don't keep tabs on me.
He's-
I know where you were.
He gets mad
He
at
was
me.
in Lexington,
He gets mad at me for
Chattanooga,
not
and
asking.
Ohio. He was in Lexington, Chattanooga, and Cincy. Interesting how I know.
You were.
Interesting how I know.
No, I remember you were somewhere. You were around.
Where at? I kept tabs on you.
No,
Interesting. You didn't.
Well, you just put me on the spot.
Where was I?
It was somewhere you were. Oh yeah, you were DC. I asked about that.
DC. Okay.
A weekend I asked
There we
about, and
go.
Jeff just shoved me to the ground.
Oh,
Curb
yeah.
stomped me.
That
He
was
said,
before you got to therapy.
He said no.
Now
He
you're
said
back
no.
in the mix. Now you're back in the
Oh.
mix. Now that you're working on your brain, you know.
I mean, I crushed it at therapy today. Crushed it again.
Good. It's always good to look at it as a game.
Yes.
Yeah, you just upset #1 Syracuse again.
I won
at
by
therapy.
20 today in therapy. My therapist was like, she couldn't do anything.
You
I
were the
kept score-
Timberwolves coming back from 22 in the 4th.
I kept taking her to the rack, dunking on her.
Oh,
she had no chance.
God, I don't want you saying rack with your therapist.
Oh
I
yeah.
don't want you doing
I
that.
didn't think about that.
Uh-huh.
Took her to the house.
Took her to the house. There we go. Yes, I was in D.C., folks, where everything is well. There's nothing going on. People were chill, and no one was worried about the future.
It's a walkable city, though, to be honest.
Yeah,
I like it.
is. D.C.'s an amazing city. It's one of the best cities in America.
It's so
Yeah.
great.
It's awesome. Very beautiful. Great history.
But I can see you not enjoying it there.
And I had a great time, but everyone was on edge.
All right, here we go. Talk to me.
What? I'm just saying they were. Everyone was. In every show, people were like, "I lost my job this week. They cut it. I worked there for 30 years. They fired me for no reason."
Oh.
Every single show, there was a pall over the city, but thank God I made it funny, folks. They needed me, and it was some of the best shows I've done recently.
Who's
but-
getting fired?
Are you serious?
Well, I know that people.
I thought your whole thing was, "Oh, I'm going to read the news more." You texted me that specifically. "Oh, I'm going to keep up with it."
The New York Times. I know people are like, it's
That
some
neoliberal rag.
some tech industry, some like tech stuff are getting fired,
What are
but
you talking about?
that's all I know.
Are you serious?
Mm-hmm.
How can a man be so in the dark? You would have been the guy like just in 1943, like, what happened to all the young men? Where'd they go?
Not 1943.
It's more like 1933, but yeah, it is. It's funny that you have an opinion, but literally don't know what you're talking about.
Dude, nothing's gonna happen.
They're literally fired like 50,000 workers. What are you talking about?
Connor, can you look this up?
They just fired 1,000 park rangers. The national parks are like unmanned now.
I've never met a park ranger.
Because you've never been to a park.
No, there's not a
Why would you
1,000
ever-
How many parks are there? There's not even 1,000 parks, dude.
You think Yellowstone only has one worker at it?
God.
It's not just national parks. There's like national
Yeah,
forests.
Connor, look up who's
national-
getting laid off. This is not true.
Yes, it is. They fired 1,000 park rangers last week. You're just in a bubble.
One thing, okay, I want to stay on this for a second, and then I'll get to what I've heard.
I thought
on New
the
York
whole
Times.
thing was Drago texted. Let me look up the text. He's like, we should read the news and talk about it every week. Who's getting fired?
First word is thousands.
Thousands of federal employees have been shown the door in the first month. Large scale reductions. freeze trillions of dollars in federal grant funds. 20% of the 2.4 million members, they're going to fire 20% of 2.4 million. How many people is that, Drago?
20% of 2.4 million.
How many people is that?
So that was at 540K, 550K?
Close. I don't know where you got that, but 480, but a valiant effort, honestly.
We tried.
But yeah, but no big deal though. Those are just human beings.
If we don't need them, cut them.
You're such a fucking idiot.
Can we get some? I mean, there's got to be some notes on the spending. You don't just fire people just because you're mad at them. Oh yeah, but that is actually usually what it is.
Almost always what happens.
But
I would say maybe like 10% of these people deserve to be fired. Maybe 10%. They're but 1 in 10 things they do is probably right, but most of it is bullshit. They're people
1 in 10. I mean, who are they firing? Who are they firing?
In the FAA, all the
that I have an issue. That I know for a fact.
because it affects you directly.
Yeah, because I fly a lot.
That's interesting. Oh, but the parks doesn't affect you, even though nature is affecting all of us.
The parks are like not a big deal. Just take out.
How many
the
people
parks.
love to go to parks for like their vacations and stuff? They're not going to be able to now.
Yeah,
There's
listen.
no one working there.
You want to go to a park? Why do we have park rangers? You want to go out there? You want to go in the elements? You want to battle the elements? Fine, go. What does a park ranger do?
You're like trying to be like Tim Dillon if Tim Dillon was stupid.
What does a park ranger do? Honestly,
they make sure the habitats are safe. They make sure the water's not getting polluted. They make sure the animal populations are staying stable.
Okay, you can get someone else for that. You can get
another park ranger.
No, you can get a third. You can get people
a third party. Oh yeah, let's privatize Yellowstone.
You can get a third party.
No, let's
to check in on all the. Did you really just come in here and go, they fired the park rangers? Who gives a shit? It's going to be
your
fine.
Lack of empathy or understanding is galling.
Is it that bad?
Yes, it's like apocalyptic. It's like we're becoming like they're slashing like all food stamp benefits, all
that is
education benefits.
Food stamps is bad.
All school lunches. They want to get rid of free school
Can we look
lunches.
at this? Department of Education, who's getting fired?
Dozens of employees were let go. Oh, go up. What was it? It said 1,400 job is the smallest scale. Okay, dozens of people were fired from there. Okay. And they want to close the entire Department of Education, too. He said it's a con job, which is insane. It will mostly affect rural schools. 400 people at FEMA have been eliminated. That's great. That's good. We don't have massive hurricanes every 3 months or so. Department of Energy, 2,000 workers have been fired.
Energy, I don't like that. We need it. We need the energy.
USAID, 10,000 staffers have been placed on leave. That's actually one of the only ones I semi-agree with. About a third of those probably are good, but still not great. Oh, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, 1,700 people. This is like the bureau that makes sure corporations aren't like taking advantage of us and scamming us. So now there's no oversight. Corporations can just do whatever they want to us.
1,700 feels like a lot. 1,700 feels like a lot for that.
1,000 people at the Department of Veterans Affairs have been fired, so no one can give veterans the already slim benefits they already received. Drago's not affected by that. His family was too cowardly to fight.
That's not.
So your dad is a veteran.
He was.
Yeah,
he would have been
a veteran.
He would have been drafted if he was old enough, for sure.
But he is a veteran. He was so he's affected by that right there.
Yeah.
Your dad won't be able to get the benefits he deserves, even though I doubt he fought like a man. But I mean, look at all these. We're going Environmental Protection Agency fired 400 people. Perfect timing with climate change. Department of Human Services, 700 people were fired. I actually can't go through all. 2,300 fired at the Department of Interior. 1,000 workers fired from National Park Service. Shut your fucking mouth, you pig.
The Doge boys are just sending out these emails.
Yeah, they're just sending out emails. People in the audience at every show in DC were like, yeah, my friend just got an email. They were just fired out of nowhere for no reason.
So it's a lot of it's government people.
It's all yes, it's all government related. Yes.
The government can't tell me what to do. Keep my government out of my out of my face, please.
Yeah, that's a stupid opinion because the government does actually do a lot of things that affect our lives. Roads, government. Schools, government.
Seems like no, they didn't fire any road guys. Did they fire one road guy?
We didn't look at all of it. There's so many.
How many road guys got fired?
Yeah, road
Where's
guys.
road guys,
Oh my
dude?
God. The IRS, they laid off 7,000 people, so billionaires will never be
Yes,
caught.
you
with their
don't have to pay your taxes anymore.
I'm not paying my taxes ever again.
Oh,
I'm not. All the good things that my taxes go for just got cut. Why would I pay taxes again? And now they fired the. You actually don't have to pay taxes anymore. That's true.
all right.
That is true.
All right, guys.
I just paid
Straight from
2023 though. I did finally do it. It took a while. This lady Maria helped me out a lot, but we finally sent in the 2023 tax records.
5,400 probationary workers. See, you must be happy about that.
Could come out to be more than 70,000 fired. Okay.
You're not happy about that? The
What?
police. That's the probation officers.
That's not. Oh, you read it wrong. Okay, let's read this sentence
Is that
again.
not what it is?
Let's read this sentence again. This is fascinating how you view the
It'll
world.
release.
It said the Pentagon announced on February 21st that it'll release some 5,400 civilian probationary workers. Do you think that means probation
those
officers?
are criminals, right?
Do you know what the word probationary means?
They said when you're on probation.
Yes, but it's a period. It basically means like a not maybe a temporary worker, maybe someone who is like a contractor or something. Probationary it's one of those words that has multiple meanings.
Ew.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Fascinating view of the world from Alex. They fired 5,400 probation officers.
I was like, that's what I thought.
You just read probate and then filled in the blanks.
Yeah, that was a misstep on my part. That was a misstep.
Connor, take it off the screen. I can't look at it. It makes me even more angry that Alex knows nothing about it.
Yeah, dude, it's really gonna affect you. It's gonna
Yes,
affect
it will. It will.
When?
You complain about homeless people, dirty city. You know how many homeless people there's gonna be now? It's gonna skyrocket.
Why would the homeless population skyrocket?
Because they cut food stamp benefits.
Homeless people have food stamps. That's what you're saying?
Are you serious?
I'm just saying.
And a lot of people on the edge of being homeless have food stamps.
Wait,
they have to spend that money on food now. They can't.
Cutting food stamp benefits, that just equals more homeless people.
Yes. 100%.
That's not okay.
You're an idiot,
dude.
You are an idiot.
You're crazy, dude.
Okay, let's say you're a family. You have a rent to pay, and you have food stamps to pay for your food. If you lose the food stamps, you have to spend money that you would spend on rent on food now.
I think
if you can't make rent, you become homeless.
I think
this is a direct correlation.
I think that's
folks.
I think that's one part of it, but that's not the reason why. That there's homeless people like directly like committing crimes and like being.
Here's the cop dad coming out.
I don't think it's food stamps that's stopping somebody from being that's keeping someone from being a nuisance in the community.
Homeless people aren't a nuisance, first of all. But
that's not.
SNAP benefits are more than food. It's also just money to help you pay for like doctor's visits, rent, and all that. I was on SNAP for years. It was amazing. It was allowed me to be a comedian. Honestly, is the reason I became a comedian. Was able to make it. Honestly,
I don't think food stamps are going to be the reason.
Free school lunches, taking that away. That's 20.
I don't like
that's
that.
$10 a day.
I think
the
kids. I think the kids should eat.
Okay.
I think the kids should eat.
Your cold little greedy hearts coming out.
What?
You're just your Serbian dad. The homeless people are a nuisance.
I don't.
It's the people with no money that are affecting
are
me.
The difference
not
between
the billionaires.
I don't think that the homeless population is going to.
Drago's going to join the Doge army in a week. He's doing a lot to help the country, actually.
This is what happens, man. In 4 years, Trump does this, and then the next Democratic president will do that. Then the next Republican president does this, and the next Democratic president does that.
There's never been anything even remotely like this in American history. And I know you as a student of American history know that, and I know you read often. There's never been anything even a tenth like this. Nothing.
With these mass layoffs,
Nothing.
How close was Reagan to this? He was trying to roll stuff back.
He was more like he was an anti-union. He was real anti-union. He fired like a bunch of air traffic controllers and stuff. I don't think he fired as many government workers, but he did destroy the unions in America. He more hurt the average person. I don't really want to talk about this anymore. It's not that funny, but it's fascinating how little you know about it.
I didn't know that there were. I knew that the FAA got fired. I didn't know that there were these mass
He only
layoffs.
cares about what affects him.
But
folks.
listen, folks,
it's gonna be okay.
These are the
Papa
things.
Drago says it's gonna be okay.
These are the things that happen.
No. Well, I mean, they did happen, sure, yeah. They're not just inevitable, though. It's not like death, taxes, mass layoffs. Those aren't the inevitabilities of life.
I don't think either of us can speak on like the health of the country 2 months ago versus the health of the country now.
I wasn't doing great 2 months
all
ago.
of these people got fired. So now you're basically saying like, yeah, man, things were so fucking good, and now all these people got fired, and now everything is bad.
No,
you don't know, like
things
we don't
can be bad.
We
and then
don't
worse.
know the outcome of this. It just happened.
How could it be good?
But how could it be good? I don't know. I don't know where all of our spending is going. You don't know the ins and outs of the spending.
Yes,
I'm
we
not trying
do.
to defend Trump, but like you're being so reactionary to this, and you don't even know like what's going
You're
on.
such a nihilist. You're such a nihilist.
You react to
deepest
everything this
nihilist I've
guy
ever
does,
met.
and I'm not even a Trump guy. I'm not even a defender of the guy, but the way you
Sounds
act
like it.
is unreal, dude. It makes no sense. It's so emotional.
I've proven you wrong at every single thing we've spoken about. in the
It's
last
so
15
emotional.
minutes.
You don't know the. Hold on.
He's on
do
his.
you want to say
Someone
it?
just called
we're
him.
on the pod.
He
Do you
just
want to say
answered
something?
a call. He answered a call.
No.
All right, I'll call
Who
you
is
back.
this?
I'll call
Who is
Tom,
on-
Tom Knight.
Tom Knight. Why'd you answer?
I don't know. He just
He
called
knew
me.
he was losing the argument. A
Hold on.
classic case.
Dude, you don't know what's
He
gonna,
just answered the phone.
You don't know what's gonna happen with this.
That is true. We can never fully predict the future. That is true.
So like this, and you're being so reactionary because it's Trump, because it's a Republican president.
I talked about Biden all the time.
Rarely.
The
Rarely.
Palestine stuff, I talked about it constantly. What are you talking about?
Izzy P.
The man doesn't-
I get.
the
I get-
man is just
Izzy P
standing
was
on
one thing, but it
quicksand.
seems like it's every week now. And again, it's just like
Well, it is every week. Life is every week.
Yeah, but
Yes, life goes on a week by week basis, and things happen every week.
but I'm sure Biden made some major.
I hated Joe Biden. I
actually,
didn't vote for Kamala.
He was pretty sleepy
I didn't vote for
a
Kamala.
reason. But
Drago cannot see beyond the two-party system, and isn't that the problem, folks?
I just don't.
Isn't that the problem?
I don't think we know the ins and outs. Of
I
the, of the
can't wait.
firings.
I can't wait. I hope it affects you deeply.
I can't wait.
I hope they cut something that affects your family deeply. I really
Dude.
do. I actually hope it affects you deeply.
You don't know. We just
Medicare,
We don't
Medicare, cutting it.
know. I think my insurance is through my company.
But one
so-
day, Social Security, they want to get rid of it. But that's okay. That won't affect anyone.
I don't know.
He's a goon, folks. Dragos, he's lost. We're going to talk about something else, though, but boy, you looked like a fool there.
I don't think so. I'm just saying you don't know. I'm saying you just don't know. And we could be talking in 2 years from now. We don't know like what the implications are going to be.
If I'm alive in 2 years, folks, means I bought a gun. No, we'll be
my
alive in
God.
2 years. We'll be alive in 2 years.
Okay.
We got like 7 or 8. We got 7 or 8.
Trump did
Pop.
something bad again, and it's
Mostly
apparently-
Elon, actually. Trump's like kind of a puppet. It's Elon now. It's moved on. Trump's kind of a little cuck. It's kind of embarrassing.
Right.
He's
and,
just like getting cucked by Elon on
and
a
Geoff
daily
is positive
basis.
this is another thing that will lead to the end of the world. The world is about
The
to
doomsday
end
clock
because of
moved
this.
a minute closer. They moved it closer.
1,000 park rangers got laid off, and the world will end because of that.
The nihilism. You should be Tim Dillon's little fuck
We
boy.
don't
You
know.
would fit in right in.
It's just like
Nothing matters except chicks and tits, folks.
Tits are great.
Nothing matters.
Tits are great.
I agree. I only think weed and alcohol matter. I think women are kind of overrated, but weed and alcohol pretty good.
Yes.
I've been having a great time on the road. I have, because people need laughter more than ever. I've noticed that my political stuff's been killing a lot harder the last month or so.
How's your liver doing?
I haven't drank in 2 days. I don't know. We're getting a test in a month or maybe like a month and a half. I think it'll be fine. I don't
Okay.
feel anything. I've been working out 5 days a week.
Yeah.
I've been doing great.
Running?
Running, weights, legs. I'm going to become a ripped god this summer.
Okay.
And then I'm going to stop again. But I just want to be hot for one summer.
Yeah, you got to trim the body fat. You got to
Yeah.
stay away from breads. And,
I'm not staying away from
and
bread,
and
but I am going to
cheeses.
probably become a vegetarian soon. We met this guy, and me, Tyler Horace, met this guy at a bar in Raleigh. He was telling us he worked in a pork processing plant, and man, it sounded disgusting.
Okay.
You know, there's a guy who slits every pig's throat. I thought it was a machine. There's a guy who just goes all day, thousands of pigs.
Okay.
Illegal immigrant, usually, he said, but we should get rid of him.
No, I'll keep.
I didn't
that
even
guy.
mention the deportations, and I already won the argument.
Oh
But,
my god.
But this guy, and he said, this is again, okay, I'm not trying to bring, but he said that they're gutting all the regulatory commissions that look over meat. So now the meat companies can just serve us meat with like tumors in it and stuff.
That is bad.
This guy said that now he was like, I wouldn't eat meat in like 6 months because all the cows are they all have cancer. They don't have to look at it anymore. Because I didn't realize that like they breed animals so evilly that they just let the ones with cancer breed. So we're like eating like the retarded, cancer-ridden cows.
Okay.
That's why meat gives us so much disease now.
Okay.
Because we're eating like the worst animals possible.
Yes, guys, don't eat meat anymore. Jeff,
No, you can eat organic and
anecdotally
grass-fed.
talk to a guy
I'm
who
not.
says you shouldn't eat meat.
I mean, there's so many documentaries about this. Didn't you tell me about one that where the beginning is a guy being like, meat causes cancer?
well, meat does. I mean, meat's like not great for you, but it's also.
I'm not saying I love meat. Lord knows I love meat, but it is foul to think about deeply.
Everything causes cancer. By the way,
Not true. No.
So
Not
much
true.
stuff causes cancer. Your
Something-
phone causes cancer.
Your phone does cause cancer. It's a very sad thing. Yes.
This laptop causes cancer.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Wi-Fi definitely causes cancer. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we're all
But
going down.
You can
folks.
still eliminate it in small ways. Though.
If Trump wasn't elected, like all of this would be taken care of.
Never what
you
I
know?
said.
If
It's
Trump wasn't
never-
elected,
Never
then
said
the
that.
world, America would be like just.
He's such.
perfect.
You're bad at being a devil's advocate because you don't really have the information to fill in the blanks.
It is weird. Yeah, I
it
don't.
comes out as the most generic cliche.
I
imaginable.
I haven't really been on the news, especially this week. Last week I was a little bit.
Oh, last
better.
week you were on top.
Last week I was
Oh, look, you were
killing
over,
it.
what was on?
And then
what
and
did
then
you and
this
Dan
week,
discuss last week?
Oh, dude, we talked about. Oh, me and him got into a roommate fight
Right
on the pod, which was
Yeah.
riveting and cool and fun.
Uh-huh.
We didn't just bitch about America.
Oh
for
yeah,
20
God
minutes
forbid we
straight.
talk about the world we live in.
Okay, then why don't then talk about if I don't know what happened and you just go, well, you don't know, then where are we going?
I told you.
Then where are we
looked
going?
at the screen.
Okay,
I told you.
okay, but I mean, you can just you can also just like tell me, you know.
Yeah, but I like to see if you know because you said you were going to try to know, and then
I whiffed this week.
And then
I whiffed this week.
got
Yeah.
too busy doing what was it exactly?
Jeff with his excellent interpersonal skills really made me feel great about
Oh,
that.
yeah.
That was really good of you, dude.
I mean, you
Jeff's
should feel
smart-
bad
Jeff's
about the world.
smart one, guys.
I am smart at
That's-
some things. I'm dumb at some things, certainly.
So yeah, if you have any solutions, I don't know.
It
you-
involves buying a
and-
gun and being the Mario to
Yes.
Luigi.
And
That's
this
what
is going to all these layoffs. It's gonna kill America. It's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, for sure.
Trump's last administration did nothing. Nothing happened.
Ain't nothing. Oh my God, folks, we got to move on. We cannot talk about this anymore.
Okay, that's fine.
Drago, what did you do on the road?
We did. Let's see what we did.
You talked to young people unaffected by the world.
We got into Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Uh-huh.
We did.
Beautiful city, comedy catch.
Cool room, old school.
Yeah, not terrible. Better than you
old
think.
people.
Better than you think a club in Chattanooga would be, but it is still Chattanooga.
Some dumb people were there.
Even for Lucas's shows, he got some old people out.
Not as many but they're still dumb.
Yeah, they're not. There were some cool people in Chattanooga. I don't want to say there weren't, but that club attracted some dumb Southerners. I'll say that.
The staff is cool. The owner's really cool. Danielle, shout out.
Oh, that old guy, her dad.
I didn't meet him.
Oh, you didn't meet him? Oh, he's like a wild surfer bro, 60, 70-year-old guy.
Yeah, good dude.
Energetic.
I'm sure he's fine. But yeah, it was. But the staff was really. It was like an old school club that just had a feel of like a family environment. They had like the rules on the wall, for like how to get fired. They had like a
Oh.
little bulletin. They were like 1 point for like calling off late, 2 points for calling off right before.
What is
your
this
shift.
club run by Doge? What the hell? Oh man, Elon
Yeah.
took over comedy clubs too.
Yeah.
Damn, that's good. So
But yeah, they have this like kind of family environment going on, and it was a cool club. Might have fallen in love there. I
Oh,
met a
God.
gal after the show.
oh no.
She had to fly to Italy the next morning.
Oh, what? Why was she in Chattanooga?
She was there for she just took a job there, I believe.
That's all you know about the woman you love?
She's from Maryland.
Oh my God.
She went to college. I'm not gonna say exactly where she went to college, but she went to college in the Midwest.
No one's gonna hunt her down. She went to Vanderbilt. We're gonna look through the Rolodex of 50,000 students.
So Chattanooga is one of those like up and coming cities where they have some like bigger companies that will get supplanted in
Downtown's
there.
actually pretty nice in Chattanooga. It's not bad.
Yeah, so it's
None
kind
of
of
those nuisance homeless people reminding us that society's unfair.
Right.
None
if
of
they had
them.
food stamps, they wouldn't be homeless. No chance. They'd be just thriving in America. They'd had middle management jobs. They'd have their degrees. If they had food stamps, dude, they'd be perfect. Like they'd have a family with like a fucking 401k. You give them five fucking foods. Every homeless guy gets food stamps. There would be no homeless people. That's really what would happen.
One of the worst segments of this pod.
Everyone would just be.
It's so obvious Drago's never struggled for money in his life.
I think it would be
Drago has never been poor in his entire life.
I've been poor for 10 years.
Oh yeah,
9
because
years.
of poor financial decisions. But yeah.
No, I've been fine. I haven't been poor.
Uh-huh.
I've always had enough to bring a beer to a party, Geoff. I know you haven't. But it's like, but yeah, it's a cool city, and she was cool. But so we were talking, an hour goes by.
Sure.
Everyone can tell that
love
having
is
a good
in the
time.
air, folks.
And just so happened she had to go see her family was in Italy visiting her sister. But
Okay.
it was kind of one of those missed connections, folks. We followed each other on Instagram though.
You could still talk to her.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
So we'll see. It's one of the great things about the internet. Everyone's connected.
Yes,
then,
that is good.
We did Chattanooga, then we do Lexington, Kentucky.
Great
This is one of
city.
the best clubs.
That's a good club. Yes, that's much
a
better in my
fucking
opinion.
great club. Off Broadway.
It's a legendary old comedy club.
Hot SEC women once again showing out. Some of the follows I got really made the dinky move.
And they're 19, 20 years old,
Hopefully a little older.
but probably 19 or 20.
Hopefully a year older.
Okay, but probably 21, maybe 21, but probably not.
I'm not sure.
But whatever gets the dinky to move, right?
I
You
think-
can't control that, can you, folks? Pedophilia is a disease.
Right.
Yes.
I think
ephebophilia in Drago's case, that's when you're 17, 18, 19 years old.
I think the age of consent down there is 18.
No, it's 18 everywhere. Yeah, it's just
Wrong.
interesting. Yeah, it's just an interesting thing. It's fine. We've all looked at an 18-year-old and said they're hot in our brains. It's happened.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but you DM'd them back.
One in Lexington.
How's intro to biology going?
But I didn't know. I didn't know.
Are you in macro or microeconomics?
But I didn't know how old she was. That was the thing.
Huh.
So I still got to figure that out.
That'll hold up in court. Wait, you DM'd a woman and then she went, "I'm 17."
If she was actually 20, probably not. I think 20.
But you DM'd her not knowing the age, and then did she supply it with you?
No, actually, this girl asked me.
Did she say, when was the Iraq War? I think that happened before I was born.
That's the DM. Great show. When was the Iraq War?
Did the Love Guru come out around when I was born? Yeah. Great reference. Yeah. Early 2000s. Maybe Gold Member. Austin Powers might have been a better
There's not
one.
much to do. Here's the thing about the South that really pisses me off is the pace.
Okay.
The pace is not for me. People are walking slow. People are talking slow.
Well, they're fat
People
and
are
they're
fucking
stupid.
slow.
They're fucking slow.
Yes.
You fucked someone slowly.
No, but
Usually you
they
don't
are.
last more than 30 seconds. So.
I imagine they're fucking slow.
Okay.
So, you go to the restaurant Everyone's got a baby. Everyone's pregnant.
Yeah.
And the waiter comes up to you 20 minutes after you sit down.
Huh.
What are you guys doing, or what do you guys want? And we're like, we order. It takes another 45 minutes for everything to come out. Babies are screaming. Babies are crying. Everyone's pregnant. It's fucking dumb.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Right.
I'm done with the South.
Yeah. Okay.
Everyone's slow.
I've never really gotten that impression in the South, but yeah, I guess.
It's just,
I mean, for you to call someone slow is one of the greatest insults of all time. So.
yeah, it's just a little different, dude. It's just a little, it's a little bit of a different vibe.
They're hot.
Some are.
Some are hot. Yeah.
Got a couple
And they liked your brand of comedy. They liked what you do. They liked what you're putting down.
Just can't believe it.
They liked that. They like that you ignore the world around you.
They liked what you did. I didn't know one Elon fact. Geoff is like irate.
He didn't know anything.
So what, dude? I don't know if it's something to get mad.
I wish you would have been on stage in DC and said that. What's happening?
I don't know if it's something to get mad at your friend about, honestly. Yeah, why don't you guys chime in on this? This is enough to get
Not
irate.
being socially involved is something to get mad about. Yeah, of course.
It wasn't. Well, I whiffed.
I'll never forgive you for fleeing to the suburbs during the BLM protests.
I didn't flee to the suburbs.
He fled to the suburbs clutching his pearls like a 65-year-old boomer. Oh, they're out on the streets.
I was there before.
I saw broken window glass
I
everywhere.
was there before the protest. You can check the receipts, guys. I was at my parents' house late May. Shit started to go down, and I decided not to.
He decided just to stay on the golf course.
I decided not to kind of get in the mix like that.
Yeah.
I think a lot of you would have done the same. Please chime in.
Yeah.
So Lexington, good. The food was good. Then we went to the Columbus Funny Bone.
Columbus Funny Bone. That's a good club. I was just there a couple weeks ago.
Yes.
In a beautiful yuppie mall. A paradise for people who gave up on life long ago.
Sure.
That's where you go to hang out if you're 35 and stopped caring about life.
Yeah.
Quite some time
talk
ago.
to the manager there, Dustin. Good guy. He did say
Dustin was nice.
He said you had a good show.
Yeah, I had 2 great shows.
Yes. He's an Asmus fan. He's a good dude.
Yeah. Unfortunately, some of the best shows of the tour, I'd say. Yeah. Good time. Cincinnati, not as good. Columbus, we tried though.
Cincinnati Funny Bone?
Yeah, but it's not in Cincinnati. It's basically in Dayton, Ohio.
Liberty.
Liberty Ridge Funny Bone. It's nowhere near Cincinnati.
Yeah, what kind of hills have eyes folks are coming out of there?
There were a few gun-toting members of the Oath Keepers in the crowd, no doubt. Yeah.
What's the Oath Keeper?
See, he doesn't even. That's like a far-right militia movement. That's nothing to worry about. It's nothing to worry about. They're just
Connor, look it up,
They're
please.
just white nationalist protests. Remember I told you they were white nationalists?
Say the name again.
Oath Keeper. It's one of the bigger militia movements.
Yeah.
Part of the Boogaloo movement, I believe, or something. I'm obsessed with the far right. This shit rocks. These guys are so cool. The Oath Keeper is a far-right anti-government militia whose leaders have been convicted of violently opposing the government of the United States. Yeah, but they're like the famous one. But now they're actually chill. It's okay now.
What are they doing?
They're like training. Well, they were in the January 6th attack. Well, now they're good because they're happy with what happened. They're not trying to overthrow the government anymore. They like what's happening.
Yeah, what do you do when you when everything's going like, if everything's copacetic on their end, are they just kind of like hanging out?
Yeah, I don't know. They kind of got what they wanted, so I don't really know exactly what they're protesting anymore. Wait, go up. Did they pardon a bunch of these? They were 9 were convicted, a 3rd member. A jury 4. Okay, they didn't pardon them, I guess, yet. Okay. Yeah, interesting. That stuff's crazy. There's a lot. Oh, pardons. Oh, he granted a full, complete, and unconditional pardon to every. Oh, the only exceptions were 9 Oath Keepers. Okay. He had their sentences commuted to time served. Oh, allowing them to be released immediately. Incredible.
The libs need a militia.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there are left-wing militias.
We need some blue-haired chicks with sniper rifles, dude.
The blue-haired thing needs to end. There's no one with blue hair. It's just not a thing. Everyone always is like, oh, I wouldn't want a bunch of blue-haired bitches fighting in the army. It's like, I live in Brooklyn. I've never seen someone with blue hair. There's all these tropes of the liberals that are just not real.
I think blue hair just used to be in style. Now it's probably not.
I don't think it was ever. I mean, according to like right-wing people, everyone in Brooklyn's trans. Like, how often do you see a trans person in Brooklyn? Very rarely. I see like one a week, maybe.
Yeah, we saw.
It's really not a big deal.
The cashier at the Starbucks was trans in Lexington.
Interesting, you remember that.
That's brave. Yeah,
that is brave. Honestly, yeah, that is. I'm sure they get a lot of shit for that. I think trans people are probably the bravest people in America. They're living their truth. We're pussies. We're both gay and we won't do it. They're fucking in the open, living their life. Good for them. Good for them. Hope to be brave like them one day.
Everyone's 5%. That's one thing that this pod stands on. Everyone's 5%.
Everyone's 5% gay. Yes.
Okay, the Oath Keepers. That's good. That's good to know.
I didn't know they were released from prison. That's incredible. But again, there's nothing to worry about, folks. Just 14 members sworn to overthrow the government and enact white supremacy on the loose. No
Are you
big
still
deal.
nervous flying?
Oh, yeah. We had me and Horvath going to Raleigh. Terrible turbulence for like 90 seconds. It was incredibly scary.
Really?
The plane like dropped 1,000 feet.
No way.
Everyone was like going nuts for like 90 seconds.
1,000?
It was very.
Ooh, that gets me antsy, bro.
Yeah, it was incredibly scary.
Wait, it was just like.
We were just going, and then it went, and then the guy's like, everyone get in your seatbelts, but then it was fine. Probably less than a minute later.
Did the pilot say anything?
He just said, "Everyone put on your seatbelts."
That's all he said.
Yeah, exactly. That made me think it was more serious.
Right,
honestly.
right. If I'm the pilot, when that clears up, you got to go, "Hey, folks."
I think he did say we're gonna have smooth sailing the rest of the way after like maybe a minute or two later. But it was. Tyler claimed he wasn't scared and he'd been through worse, but that was the worst turbulence I'd ever experienced. I've flown probably 100 times last year.
Yeah, that bums me out.
People were really. This lady behind me was praying. Yeah, she was bringing out the rosary beads, and maybe they worked. And we need to bring God back into this country.
Oh,
yeah, maybe I'm gonna be a left-wing Christian.
Okay. Yeah.
The way Jesus intended.
We didn't really have too bad, but yeah. Lucas says he's been having like dreams that he should not have told me this, by the way. He said like the last year he just keeps having dreams that he's gonna die in a plane crash. I'm like, keep that to yourself, bro.
Why?
You gotta keep that.
Why does that matter if you know that?
Because then it's on. Because then it gets into my head.
Then you're gonna have a dream.
Well, then it's like I'm like, what if it and then you're like, well, what if this manifests? Like,
you
what
think
if this
dreams
happens?
can become true if you dream them?
Dude, you ever see this shit? You ever see shit like this? Like people
what do
will
you
be
mean?
like, oh, I had this dream, my mom died. Two weeks later.
Yeah, but it's the law of positive correlation. They don't remember their 5,000 other dreams that didn't come true. It's a classic logical fallacy.
Oh,
To be like, oh, one dream came true. Yeah, but what about all the others that didn't? It's like a pretty basic one.
Yeah, when you were fucking Jenna Jameson, that didn't happen.
Yeah, exactly.
That dream didn't come true.
Yeah, me dunking on LeBron in the NBA Finals as a member of the Minnesota Timberwolves didn't really come to pass.
Oh.
So yeah,
I'll tell.
I'm not
Lucas
gonna be.
His dreams are invalid.
Dreams are invalid. It's just your mind going haywire for 8 hours or whatever.
I think it's only like 10 minutes.
Yeah, it is. Actually, it is a small period, I think. But
dreams, they don't really last long. And that's
wow. There, put that on a mug.
And that's the
dreams.
Truth, folks.
They don't really last long.
That's
folks.
me, my new merch.
Don't we know it?
Dreams don't really last long.
Don't we know the dreams we had as children fade away. Oasis. Yeah.
Yeah. So. Yeah, but that was Columbus was good. Flew back. The trip overall, 7 shows, good crowds.
7 shows, 3 nights.
4 nights.
4 nights. Wow. Okay.
Yeah,
Not bad.
Lexington's dope.
Thursday in Chattanooga, Friday, Saturday, Lexington,
Yeah.
Sunday, Columbus.
Yeah.
Not a bad run. You driving?
See, we did drive. Lucas said, me and Geoff have had this situations where like we'll get to the place and Geoff will be like, I drove the whole way. You never offered. And it's like, so this
I didn't
time,
want you to drive. I like driving.
So this time I offered. He's like, well, his name's on the sheet or whatever. His name's on the
sheet,
the contract.
Yeah, the reservation.
The reservation. So he's like, I don't want if anything happens, it's got to be on me.
Okay, yeah.
Which I didn't even know that there was a legal thing there.
You thought anyone could just drive the car when you rent it?
So if we ever
you're supposed to pay extra to have extra drivers. You're supposed to be like, you pay $20.
So if we go somewhere, if we're driving and you want me to drive, it's technically illegal.
Oh, now you're gonna pull that shit.
I'm just saying.
I don't know if we'll keep that in mind. I'm a train guy. I canceled
Yeah.
a flight and took the train from Raleigh to Richmond. I was like, I don't want to fly again. I want to take the train whenever I can.
How long?
It was just a 2-hour train ride. There was no reason to fly.
You were gonna fly there?
I didn't know Raleigh and Richmond were so close together. I didn't put it in my brain.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It was like 3-hour train ride, but $40. I saved $300 taking the train.
Yeah. Only one time we flew from Marquette to South Bend when I was at Notre Dame.
Yeah.
25-minute flight.
From Marquette, the school?
Yeah.
From Milwaukee to South Bend?
Isn't that crazy?
Why would you do that? There's a train that goes directly between them.
I mean, our team's not taking the train. We would have taken like a team bus or something.
Oh, why can't you take the train? It's for poor people, for nuisance homeless people.
Oh my God, dude.
All these poor people are bothering Alex. Don't want them to bother you with their stories.
No, we wouldn't take the train from South Bend to Marquette.
Okay.
As a team that can take a team bus.
Okay.
It would be weird if the Notre Dame basketball team was on the Amtrak.
Why not?
Why not?
Why
It'd just be a weird
You think
way
you're that big of a star? I wouldn't bat an eye if I saw you.
It would
schlubby fucks.
if my team.
Were you a 7th seed? No one gives a shit.
If you were at the airport and you saw my team, you'd be like, "Oh, that's pretty cool."
I would not care.
Yes, you would.
I do not care about things like that.
If
Unless
the Wisconsin
Elton John
basketball
or Noel
team,
Gallagher is
if
in the
Wisconsin
airport, I don't
basketball-
give a shit.
If they're at your gate, if they're flying to wherever you're flying,
Now I wouldn't recognize. I don't know a single player on the team.
Right,
If
but
the Timberwolves were at the airport, then I would. That'd be cool. The Timberwolves are at the
it's a
airport.
$1 billion organization.
If I saw
They're not
Jaden
gonna be
McDaniels
in the-
getting on a JetBlue flight, then that'd be pretty cool. If I saw Anthony Edwards sliding into 18F on the Southwest flight, he's in
No.
boarding group 5.
no 7-footers are
That-
gonna be like in economy.
Yeah, Rudy Gobert. Yeah, he's in the economy seats in Spirit. That
No.
could be good.
But yeah, okay. So we did. Okay, I'm trying to think if there was anything else from my notes that I took. Oh, apparently I shut doors loudly. Have you noticed this?
I hasn't crossed my brain.
So Dan Carney has said this, and Lucas said it. That I shut. Apparently, it's very rude and could bring up childhood trauma potentially.
What?
Yeah, like how loud I shut a door.
Okay.
Okay.
That seems like a little bitch thing to be mad about, honestly.
Okay.
It's gonna bring up childhood trauma and someone to
That's
hear a
what-
door close
That's what
loudly.
Carney says.
He's
like, if you
insane.
shut a door too loud, it reminds me of my childhood. It makes me uncomfortable. Not to sell out Dan here, but
No offense, Dan. That sucks.
okay. Actually, no. You're. Well, I wanna. You'll be the tiebreaker here.
Okay.
Sorry, Connor.
Should homeless people be executed? Drago's in favor. Dan Carney said, I don't think so quite yet. What does Geoff say? Should we be allowed to gun them down like dogs?
Listen, dude.
Should we be able to take the clothes off their back and leave them naked in the street? They've been annoying me for too long with their pleas for basic human dignity.
I think I'm fine with that CEO getting shot. I was totally fine with that. I didn't give a shit about that. I think that those people are fucking evil. I think those people are absolutely evil. I think if more get executed, I wouldn't bat an eye.
Okay.
You cannot tell me, though, that I can't get back into it. I'm not getting back into it, dude.
Because you have no argument. You're like standing on quicksand.
I don't think food stamps are the difference between someone being homeless and not. That's all.
I hope
That's all.
I hope one day it's the difference between you living in a house and you not living in a house. I hope so. $300 a month. $300 a month can change someone's life.
I mean, okay. All right.
Family of 3, their kids. Oh, I guess Drago said it's no big deal, ma'am. Sorry, Guadalupe. Drago said it's fine. You'll be able to get the food some other way.
I have a hunch that there are some illegals in my apartment, and they've been great.
I bet in a year you'll be ratting them out. You'll be calling ICE. I have a suspicion that the Ecuadorians above me they're living beyond the capacity of the lease.
They've been making some food that smells really good. If it starts to smell bad,
Yeah, he'll call them.
I
ICE
might-
will become knocking on the door.
I might call
Yeah.
little 311. What's the number again? for
I
ICE?
don't know what the ICE number is. I have no idea. I don't think it's 311. That's like the
What's 311? Is it
non-emergency
like-
number. That's like if you're not about to die, you see something that's not emergency.
What is 3114, Connor? Can we look
It's
that up?
non-emergency line. I just told you.
Yeah, but what would be a non-emergency to call 311?
Like if you see like a pipe leaking somewhere or something, or I don't know. I don't even know. I have no idea. Yeah, Connor, what would you call the non-emergency for? You see a pothole, you'd be like, oh, there's a pothole here, 311. Big pothole here. Yeah, request service, get information. Yeah.
Oh, wow, pothole. Damn.
Right there. Oh, you hate to be right, folks. It's one of the things I hate. A turned off apartment, an overpaid parking ticket. When's there an overpaid parking ticket? Who's ever overpaid? I just like to tip the city of Wichita. Make sure they get a couple extra bucks. Who would ever do that?
Okay.
Drago, you're looking at questions. What do we
Yes.
got from the people?
Okay. This is one that was asked last week that I don't think we got to. This is from Jay Roar.
Jay Roar.
Has anyone ever convinced you out of making a life decision?
Anyone ever?
Are you happy with how that turned out? Have you ever tried to sway someone on a life decision of theirs?
Did you have an answer before you asked this question?
Well, Geoff told me to move to New York.
And look how that turned out, folks.
It's actually not that bad.
He actually had sex with an Asian woman. So it actually worked out
Eventually,
pretty well.
you live in New York long enough, you get one Asian.
You will have sex with an Asian woman. Drago's
Geoff was kind of convinced. I was gonna wait like another year or so, but Geoff was, come on.
Wow, yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, the squeeze's big old tits couldn't convince you, but my soft, lusty friendship could.
Jeff's medium tits.
Yeah. Oh,
really
my
come out.
God. They haven't been big in months. I'm running 3 days a week, folks, working out the other 3. Come on.
Are you happy with that?
Anyone convinced me out of a major life decision? Not really. I can't think of any.
Have you tried to sway someone on a life decision?
I mean, I've definitely tried to sway anyone about to not have kids.
Really?
Anyone who talks about that, I'm like, oh, what? Are you having a kid? What are you doing? Not
yeah.
for me.
I
Not
wish I
for
could
me.
talk to the people at the brunch place I was at in Lexington. What are you doing? What's going on?
I know. Much love to all my friends having kids, but it ain't for me. It ain't for me.
You don't think so? You don't think you'll ever do it?
I maybe would adopt a kid. I would never bring another child into this world. There are already so many in need of parents.
I can see you adopting.
I think you should have to adopt your first kid. I think you should have to. The government should help out, and you should be forced to adopt your first child.
Okay.
I think that would be one of my main things as president.
Okay.
You got to wait to see if you even like kids. Then you can get one of your own brood. Then you can get it. Yeah, I think that's better.
Yeah, I think adopting's cool. I would do it.
It's too expensive. It should be. The government should pitch in. But of course, the government is no longer pitching in anything. But it doesn't affect our lives, so it's no big deal.
I think it's. I don't know what the.
I hope the
government's doing.
planes just start crashing every day and Dragos just. I hope there's just blood on the streets.
One more crash, I think I'll start to get a little more. nervous.
In Chicago today, 2 jet planes narrowly missed colliding on the runway because they fired a bunch of FAA people. But it's nothing to worry about, folks. It's just
we should get some of those fired park rangers, put them in the FAA. I don't think the park rangers thing. I actually don't know. I don't know about the park rangers, but it just seems like
try to live a day without nature.
I haven't been to. I think I'm gonna go to Denver in August. I think I'll do some mountain climbing.
No,
or whatever.
I don't think you'll be able to because the parks will be closed. They won't have enough staff.
Understaffed. Okay.
Huh.
I guess I have something to think about.
Yeah.
I'll look into parks
If
after
you're
this
waiting in a
pod.
long line of cars because there's only one ticket counter because they only have one person left, remember this moment.
Okay.
Remember this moment.
I didn't know that my stance on parks was gonna get Geoff. Was gonna
the
make
nature
Geoff
guy
this
who
way.
loves hiking more than anything. Yeah, I don't care about national parks at all.
What are
It's only what I
y'all's?
talk about every month.
This is from Geo. What are y'all's attachment styles? I don't think Geoff knows.
Geo, what are they? What are there? There's gift giving. There's like fucking.
No, attachment styles like
One of them's just fucking basically,
No,
but it's like physical touch.
No,
but it's
those
fucking.
are your love languages.
Oh, what is attachment style? I have no idea.
So attachment styles like, are you anxious, avoidant?
Oh yeah, I've never
this
read
is not
that
really
book.
your
This is all quasi psychology bullshit.
So it's how you
Secure, anxious, avoidant, disorganized. I'd have to know more of what each of those means.
So anxious means like when you're with someone, when you start to follow someone, do you become a little bit more of a clinger? Do you become more clingy? Do you become more like into their lives? Or when you fall for somebody, you become avoidant. So it's anxious, avoidant, secure. Avoidant
and disorganized, it sounds like.
There's also disorganized, which is like you go back
feeling
and forth.
Insecure.
Those are the
anxious
psychos.
attachment is characterized by feeling insecure in a close relationship.
Why can't I explain this?
Yeah, I'd rather hear it
fuck?
from Ramani Durvasula, PhD licensed clinical psychologist at California State University. Anxious attachment, feeling insecure in a close relationship. Probably how Alex feels talking about Elon Musk when he hasn't read the news in a month.
I just had to talk. I didn't know what to say. If I just say I don't know, it's like
it's
okay.
avoidant attachment. Go down. A person with avoidant attachment will want and need a loving connection. Will not trust this person. Won't reject or hurt them. Okay.
But what happens is when you become avoidant, you find ways to leave. You find reasons to leave the relationship.
Okay. Disorganized is a combination of anxious and avoidant. Okay. And then secure attachment is, of course, the healthiest
you have like a healthy
form.
outlook. Yeah.
Okay.
So like an avoidant person will most likely be like a non-cuddler, like someone who's not really into lovey-dovey stuff. Someone
a guy who like leaves at 2 a.m. after having sex with a woman.
I don't think it says that in the paragraph. But.
It seems like that might be it. I'd say they experience a sense of missing a partner if they say go on a trip, but don't experience a sense of panic or fear or consider it an abandonment. They're capable of being in relationships that are characterized by mutual regard and reciprocity. They don't need a relationship to feel complete. I don't think I'm fully there, but I think I'm 70% secure, maybe a little anxious. You can be multiple, I'm sure. You can't just be one. I'm guessing.
Have you ever been anxious about a relationship? Like if someone if someone like left the relationship, did you get like feel a little tight about it, or did you get a little like
sad?
antsy?
Definitely.
Well, sad's not. Yeah. Oh, well, just more. Yeah, I guess sad.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not as obsessed with relationships as you are. I don't think I'm not as into it.
I'm not obsessed with relationships.
I don't know.
This is just something I know.
Yeah, I haven't read the attachment book. I'd have to read it. I think my Reggie Miller has it somewhere. Maybe I'll read it.
Okay.
Secure. What are you? Which one are you?
I'd like to think that I'm secure.
Well, of course, everyone wants to think that. I'm probably at 2/3 secure, 1/3 anxious.
I'm not sure. There's times where I do think I have a pretty healthy outlook on them.
If I'm high, I'm 100% secure. If I'm high,
yeah,
weed cures me.
Yeah, it's hard to say. I've probably been
yeah, these are so fluid. These change all the time.
Let's stay on this topic and take a question from Cooper Taylor.
I feel like they're kind of meaningless, honestly.
Best advice for a 6-year relationship ending and dating life advice for after. Cooper, you came to the right place.
Wow.
Jeff, you can grab a coffee.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I don't know much, Cooper. Just maybe you should have figured it out. Maybe you should have figured out a way for it to work. I don't know. Love only comes along once in our lives, so good luck.
Okay.
I'm kidding. Of course, that's not true.
Yeah. Okay. So
Kidding,
6-year relationship
Cooper.
ended. First thing you want to do, brother, we got to get back in the gym. We got to get the body back.
Yeah. Everyone should be working out. Yeah, I think that's just
Let's
good
get the
advice.
body back. Let's get hydrated. Let's start waking up earlier.
I'd get into drugs as well. I would consider having a month of maybe getting high and drinking every day. I think that's great.
I'm going to give you a 2-week window.
You got to be miserable for 2 weeks. Just be a pill. You can probably get some free dinners out of your friends from it. Maybe a few free, maybe a friend would pay for a concert or something. You could be a real mooch for probably 2 weeks.
Definitely cry it out.
Yeah.
Let yourself cry it out while you're hitting the gym. Cry, then hit the gym, then cry again.
Maybe kick a homeless person. They've been kind of ignoring me recently, so maybe crush their skulls into the pavement if that'll make you feel better.
I just said there may not be a direct correlation.
He said they're committing crimes and they're a nuisance. Go back, look at the tape, folks. He did. He said it. He said it.
Okay.
He said it.
I didn't say that they're a nuisance.
He did. He
I didn't
said
say
the word
all- I
nuisance.
didn't say all.
He said nuisance.
I didn't say all homeless people are.
He said they
nuisances.
commit crimes and are a nuisance.
I'm saying that when there's an overpopulation of homeless people that is more prone to happen. Yes.
No, yeah, I mean they really don't commit crimes all that often. Honestly, it's mostly a myth. But
Okay.
okay.
All right. So I
Yeah.
guess it's mostly a myth.
no,
then.
yeah, give Cooper another piece of advice.
Cooper, I think after a month or two, then put yourself back out there. I don't know exactly the ins and outs of why this 6-year relationship
Yeah,
ended.
that is important to know.
I would like to say that definitely getting a therapist will help. Getting a good therapist.
Mm-hmm.
The bad ones suck. That's for sure.
Well put.
Get an ugly therapist that you trust
Yes.
with your life.
I hope your therapist sees this one day.
Yeah.
They definitely Googled you and looked up your stuff.
I don't think so.
Absolutely.
Well, my therapist rocks.
Uh-huh.
I trust her with my life. And I'm trying to think of like the most Connor, you've been through a breakup or two. Why don't you help us out here?
Focus on your friendships.
Mm.
Get back involved in the community. Get out of your own head.
When Georgia dumped me, Jeff was there for me. He was calling me. He was texting me. He was saying, "Let's start a podcast," and we did.
Was that the same time? I don't remember.
No,
that.
Jeff. I mean, Tommy visited me at my place.
Didn't he live with you?
Tim visited me at my place.
Oh.
No, Jeff said nothing, and then 3 weeks later,
I wouldn't want to be visited. You treat others the way you want to be treated. The last thing I'd want if I just got broken up with is a friend coming. You want to talk? No, I want to get high and play video games.
I mean, it
Come
was
on.
amazing that
We all grieve differently.
their love and warmth was appreciated forever.
Yeah.
Jeff said, "Let's start a pod,"
Uh-huh.
and we did.
And I
There we
made you
go.
more money than you've ever made in your entire life.
Some, a little bit.
Incredible.
So, but yeah, it's definitely the friendships are big. Friendships are big. Do stuff with your
join
friends.
a club, get a hobby, pick up guitar, do yoga, do something, do a painting class, do something.
Hobby. Really focus. Use this time to level up, man.
Realize that you don't need other people to feel fulfilled. That most of life is internal, and we don't really need others for most things in life.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. You need
Mhm.
yourself. Love. It's a good time to love yourself.
Good. Yeah.
and
How about
level
you
up.
fuck yourself?
Yeah.
You've spent all this time fucking this person. How about you fuck yourself and fuck yourself real good?
Okay.
How about you fuck yourself till you come
Okay.
every day?
Okay.
How about you listen to your own needs for once?
Yeah.
God, these liberals want to help out the poor and the needy. Look out for your own needs, man.
Yeah.
That's what life's about, is selfishness.
And get some air. Go for walks.
Well, don't go to a park because they're understaffed and closed now. But maybe in 4 years, when the Democrats write everything, you can go to the parks again. But
If Trump has this much power, then the next president will be able to. If he gives himself this much power, the next president will be able to inverse
there will
that.
never be an election again.
This is just.
There will never
mean,
be a fair election again. It will be rigged. It will be rigged. You're a fool if you think there will be.
You think there's gonna be 8 years of Trump?
There's a big movement saying third term Trump. I'm not gonna say for sure, but there's a chance they do an amendment to say he could do third term. I wouldn't be shocked, but I'm not gonna say it's for 100%. I wouldn't be shocked.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, that's
how we're gonna end the episode.
yeah.
folks.
That's how we're gonna wind this bad boy down.
Uh-huh. It's good. It's actually good. Democracy was overrated.
Okay.
I was so annoyed by every 4 years I have to vote. My God.
One last thing we have to do, folks. So
Yeah, you got to plug. What are you plugging, Drago?
Oh,
What's
shit.
coming up?
Let's see. When's this coming out? Next week.
Yes.
We've got. Where am I the week after that? Oh, Minneapolis.
Oh,
Please.
Come buy a ticket.
Comedy Corner Underground. I need it.
He needs your tickets, folks.
Please,
Osmus
guys.
Nation, go support Drago. Buy
Look
a
at
ticket.
this. Yeah. The week after that.
Was it 3 shows, 2 shows?
3 shows.
3 shows.
1 Friday, 2 Saturday. Now that there are 3 shows, I'm much more nervous.
You didn't know there were 3?
Well, apparently it's been, it used to be 2, obviously.
Yeah, it's been 3 for quite some time, but yeah,
Yeah.
at least 2 years.
I haven't been there in 2 years.
Yeah.
So, well, and then after that, I'll be at Appleton with Asmus, bringing down the house.
Yeah, there'll be some corn-fed beauties for you up there.
It's
the drunkest city in America, so hopefully they like what we put down.
We're gonna get active.
I don't expect that weekend to be incredible, but please buy tickets. Appleton, Wisconsin.
That'll be fun. The next weekend, I'm in Pittsburgh doing headlining 3 shows for Don't Tell Comedy. Go to the Don't Tell Comedy website.
Oh, they're doing a little club there too at Don't Tell.
And then I don't know if I should promote this, but I'm back with Lucas in Minneapolis after that. The weekend after that.
Yeah, don't promote that yet. Yeah.
And then after that,
buy tickets to the show where he's in Minneapolis with Lucas, not the one where he's headlining solo, where he makes the money.
And then I'm at headlining Don't Tell Columbus April 9th.
There we go, folks. Where am I at? Chicago, Milwaukee, Appleton, Grand Rapids, Ann Arbor, San Francisco. Chicago, please buy a ticket.
Boston, April 17th to the 19th.
He wasn't done.
Please.
He's back in Boston. He hasn't been there in almost a week.
I know. We're back and better than ever.
This has been episode 160 of You're an Idiot, folks. 80 episodes N-word free. My God, we've been almost as many N-word free as we were before we said the N-word, folks.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a thrill. Only 20 more, and we get to say it in Arkansas. Might even be sooner. Elon might require it soon to keep your job.
I'm going to say it the next episode. I don't care.
We might have to. That might be part of the Doge loyalty oath. You
hey,
have
man.
to say the N-word.
They drive a good bargain.
Huh. Doesn't really make sense here, but thank you for listening. Good night and good luck. You've been an idiot. Dude, doesn't that rip?
You're an idiot.
No, you're an idiot.